One of the hardest shots for you on the golf course, particularly if you're a newbie to the game, is bunker play. Bunker shots, round the greens, long bunker shots, short bunker shots, plugged shots, side hill lies, they're very difficult for you and you're struggling. And I want to kind of paint an overall picture here that's going to help you understand the correct motion when you're hitting these shots. Now, you want to understand bunker. What you want to understand first and foremost is you're not hitting the golf ball. You're moving sand. That's what you're doing. You're moving sand. So you're swinging a club, not intentionally striking the golf ball, but moving sand, okay? Which means when you move sand, you've got to make a bigger swing. You need more speed. The ball's not going to go as far, but you need more speed. What you have to remember when you're hitting a bunker shot is this club is traveling at a rate of speed until it runs into the sand. Now, what you have to remember is when you hit a golf ball, the second that golf ball gets struck by the club slows down. But it's not slowing down when it hits the ball, okay? In other words, the impact of the club and the ball meeting one another will slow the club head down. But it happens right at the point of contact. When you're hitting a bunker shot, you're hitting the sand before you hit the ball, which means the club head is slowing down. Second thing is you're not hitting the ball, which means the energy put into the ball is less than what you would normally get. So you got to get into your mind this idea of this collision is not between the club and the ball like it is with a full swing. What it is it's a collision between the club head and the sand. And the ball is resting in the sand somehow. Whether plugged or not plugged, it's resting in the sand. And the question then you have to kind of work through is, well, how much sand do I need to take in order for me to be able to judge the distance? And what you want to remember is that this one thing, okay? So let's back out of this. If I get into the sand a foot in front of the ball, so right here, by the time I get to the ball, the club head will be going slower than if I get into the sand here. So what I want to be able to do is maintain speed coming into the ball that will get the sand to travel the distance that I want, ultimately get the golf ball to travel the distance that I want. And that has to do with where I'm impacting this sand. And then the second thing is how deep the club is going into the sand. So if the club only goes down an inch, there's going to be less sand between my club and the ball, rather than if it goes down 4 inches. So the club is coming down into the ball, it's 4 inches below the sand. Now I have this massive amount of sand. Well, what's happened too is that the club itself is slowing down each and every movement forward because the density of the sand. The more sand that I have in there, the slower the club head is going. So what's happening to you is you get into the sand, you swing steeply into this thing, you're driving the club head down into the sand, which is moving it away from the golf ball, and the club comes out, if it ever comes out, going incredibly slow, and you don't follow through. So your swing in the sand looks like this. And your teacher or your friend is barking at you, follow through, and you're going, I'm trying, but you can't because there's too much sand that's slowing down this club so much that the only way you can get a follow through is to lift this out, which nobody wants to see. Okay, so what you have to understand is the keys to this are getting the entry point of the golf ball a little bit closer to, the entry point of the golf club a little bit closer to the golf ball, and minimizing the depth that club has in the sand. I want you to feel like it's an inch. It's probably more than that, but I want you to feel like it's an inch. So when I'm hitting a shot out of a bunker and I'm practicing on regular turf right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my impact point into this mat is happening back behind the ball, not at the ball, back behind the ball. And the second thing is that I have an image that it's just kind of scraping the top of that sand, almost like you're shaving your face. I don't want you to dig a knife into your skin. I want you to just shave that whisker off the face. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're just going to shallow this out. It's not going to make a big clunk as if I was swinging steep. That makes a big clunk. This is going to be a shave, just like that. Okay, so we shave, and it goes right underneath the golf ball. Now, this is a little device that I have here, okay? Now, I don't want you to hit this, but I'm trying to kind of show you something. When I swing through, if I shave, the head of the golf club will miss this. It'll rise right above it. Go get close in on that one there. Yeah. And you'll see that was a clip. So I'm steep in that one. Now I go over here like this, and it goes right above it. So you can see a little bit tight, much better. Now, what allows me to do that? Well, one is the shallowness of the club, and the other is this idea that when I'm coming through here, I'm almost not being afraid to let the club come out of the sand. I'm only thinking in my mind like 1 inch. I'm taking 1 inch. And a lot of people will take a dollar bill and they'll go, okay, I just want it to be in the sand for that 6 to 8 inches. That image in your mind is going to help you. The entry point, the exit point. Many of you think about the entry point, and you hear this all the time. Well, we gotta get into the sand 2 inches behind the ball. Well, I like to think about getting into the sand a little behind the ball, but shallow. And what I like to do is I like to think about getting out of the sand as well. I want you to think about getting out of the sand. And so let's get out of the sand 3 inches past the ball. That's what I want you to be thinking. We're thinking about getting in and getting out. So this is here and there, nice and shallow. In and out. And you can hear that little clip there. There's a little bit of a brush that's taking place in there. When you start to do that, that's when you start using the bounce of the golf club, which is there for a purpose. And when you start doing that, that's how you're going to master these bunker shots, okay? And then what you start to do is you start to get an image of how hard you need to swing. Now, when I'm in the studio here, I'm not going to swing hard out of here, but you have to get the right technique before you can start to understand how hard you're going to hit this. The second thing, and really this is one of the more challenging things about bunker play, is sand density changes, the type of sand changes, and so you have to spend some time practicing when you get to the golf course. Just what does it feel like in this particular sand at this particular place, wherever it is that you're playing, okay? That will have a huge effect on your ability to have confidence when you get into the sand, and you need to have confidence. But you need to start with, what's my concept? And the concept is, I'm not digging this club down into the sand, I'm riding this club along the sand. I want to ride this club along the sand. I want to enter before the ball. I want to exit after the ball. I don't want to have a 1.5 foot long divot. I want to have an 8-inch divot. That's what I want to have, the length of a dollar bill. I don't even know how long a dollar bill. What's a dollar bill? 6 to 8, whatever it is. Okay, you got the image. I'm sure you got a lot of dollar bills in your wallet. You can go ahead and access that, take the measurement tool out and see what you get. But here's what I want. I want the brush. I want you to brush it. Boom. Brush it. When you start to do that, you're going to start to hit great bunker shots. You're going to start to have confidence. The year of the bunker shot, which I think I'm going to make next year, the year of the bunker shot. All of a sudden, you're going to gain that confidence. And when you get into the sand, you're going to have confidence to be able to get out. Those of you will have confidence to have, are better players. You'll have confidence to get it close. And when that happens, now all of a sudden the bunkers aren't going to intimidate you from the fairway, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you let people know we're helping you with all parts of your game, not just the full swing, but putting, chipping, pitching, and of course, bunker play. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.